For today's edition of Final Thoughts, I'm going to share my top 5 wedding tips for those who are about to be, or even think about getting married. Here we go. Number 5, get a wedding planner. It seems like a ridiculous expense to pay someone an arm and a leg to coordinate other people, places, and things you've also spent an arm and a leg on. But trust me on this, even if you're the most organized, creative, and put together person or couple, you need a wedding planner. After all you've done and all you've spent, the last thing you want to do and worry about is corralling and hurting vendors on your big day. Something is always going to go wrong, and it's worth it to pay someone to help you put out fires and clean up messes. Number 4. If you can't afford the wedding, don't spend money on the wedding. Like I said earlier, whatever your initial wedding budget is, plan to add at least 20% to that, because no matter how many corners and people you cut, you will spend more than you think. And here's another important note. Don't forget about tips, taxes, and gifts. Whatever your venue, food, flowers, photographer, music, and alcohol is costing you, add the taxes and tips to that, and it's going to make you cry. Your wedding is important. It is not worth going into debt over or making a family member go into debt over. Plan within your means and don't do things just for the sake of impressing others. They aren't getting the bill, you are. Remember that. Number 3, less is more, unless it comes to food and alcohol. When it comes to people, less is more. If you have a big bridal party, you will regret it. I have never seen more than 4 girls get along in a group at any given time. Save the drama, cut the fat. Pick your crew wisely and be selective. I am thankful I followed this advice. If it hurts someone's feelings, too bad. The last thing you want to do as a bride is play referee for your bridesmaids. Not fun. The world doesn't revolve around you unless you're getting married, in which case you deserve to enjoy yourself. That doesn't mean be a bridezilla. It means do the things that make you happy and content. You'll thank me later. Number 2, tradition is important. Unless you don't like the tradition, then pass. They say you're supposed to do this and that for a wedding, and they are wrong. Do what you and your groom, bride, partner want to do. If you don't want to invite your long-lost cousin on your mom's side you haven't seen in 5 years because, quite frankly, they suck, then don't. If you don't want to make his sister a bridesmaid because it doesn't make sense, then don't. If you don't want to have kids dancing around and crying through your wedding, say no to kids. You don't get to set the rules on everything in life, but your wedding is an exception. Do what you want, and if what you want isn't traditional, do that. And number 1, remember what it's all about. It isn't a party with overpriced napkins and an open bar. It's a wedding between you and your significant other. You chose to be together. Make this commitment and dedicate your lives to one another. That is what it's about. Make it nice, make it fun, but don't forget what's important, and what's important is the love you share. And those are my top 5 wedding tips and my final thoughts. Stay tuned tomorrow night for a special Tomi Takes Nash Vegas show from the streets of Music City. Until then, from Nashville, God bless and take care.